Hello everyone. I'm a chemist and my name is Mastora Saleh. Today I will be talking about a scientific experiment that I conducted, which results in preparing an urban educator through their student teaching experience. So just like any other science experiment, this experiment had a procedure and there are several steps to it. While I was conducting this experiment, some steps I did very well on, while other steps need some room for improvement. These steps also align with the Super 6 principles. So let's begin with the very first step, which is collaborating. Collaboration is so important, and here's a piece of evidence of how to collaborate. Hey EK!
Hi, Mastura.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. You want to do some lesson planning?
Yes. Take a seat.
All right, I just did.
Word.
Yeah, it's always great collaborating with you, so let's get started. Oh my God, this is such a great lesson. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I really am too.
I can't wait to do this tomorrow.
Yes, I can't wait to see how it goes.
Collaboration is so important, especially when it comes to lesson planning, because you're able to bounce ideas off one another and receive feedback and criticisms, and as a result, you'll end up creating amazing lessons. So the next step of this procedure of the scientific experiment is to use a social justice lens or cultural relevant pedagogy. Good morning, class.
Good morning.
How is everyone today?
Good.
Great. Can I have a volunteer read the GMAT for us? Basim, go ahead.
Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. Dr. Martin Luther King. 1. In our own words, please explain what Dr. King was expressing in his quote. You are welcome to use an example from history or from your own experience. And 2. Do you agree or disagree with this quote? Please explain why.
Thank you, Basim. So basically, just read the quote, reflect on what Dr. King is trying to say, use an example if you can, and then tell me if you agree or disagree with this quote, and explain why. Any questions? All right, so take about 6 minutes, and you may begin, and then we'll regroup. All right, is everyone done reflecting? Great, so let's go over this. Can I have a volunteer read what they wrote? Najma, please.
I said I agreed with the quote
Okay, why do you agree with the quote?
because although science is advancing, we're not really advancing as people.
Okay. Can you give an example of how we're not advancing as people? What do you mean by that?
So like people are kind of numb to problems going on in the world.
Okay, thank you, Naj, for sharing that. Shajay, I noticed you're on your phone. Can you please put it away? You don't need it for the silent 6.
Oh, I hate this class. This has nothing to do with chemistry.
All right, so you're being disruptive. I'm just going to ask you to stay focused, and we'll discuss this further, okay? So another question I have for you guys is we're talking about how weapons are used to gain power and for fighting between countries or people of power, right? Is there another way we can solve problems without using weapons? Oh my God, Gabe, what a surprise. Please share.
I think peace talks are a great way.
Okay, anything else? Can you elaborate?
So having people guided by a common good, I think, is better than having people that are misguided.
Perfect, great. Thank you for sharing, Gabe. It was great hearing your voice. So that was an example of using a social justice lens in the classroom. Using social justice and cultural relevant pedagogy is so important because it makes our students feel seen and heard. It brings engaging topics into the classroom and results in higher student learning and engagement. So these steps to the procedure so far were steps that I completed in my experiment very well with a lot of success. The next steps in the procedure I didn't do so well on, and there's some room for improvement. The next step is being able to get in contact with your students' parents and to have a relationship with the parents. So although that wasn't a strength of mine, I'm going to show an example of how to do that correctly.
Hello?
Hello, is this the parent of Shajay Haider?
Yes, it is.
Hi, how are you? I'm Miss Saleh. I'm his chemistry student teacher.
Hey, Daddy, who's on the phone? Daddy, who's on the phone?
It's your teacher.
It's my teacher. Cool, it's my teacher.
Sit down. Just do your work. Do your work. Finish your homework, son. Sorry, his mom's at home.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. If you can speak a little louder. I just wanted to discuss your son's performance in class. Regularly, he's a very engaged student. He participates and he hands in his work on time.
Oh, what a good kid.
However, today he was a bit disruptive. He was on his phone during the do now, and I had asked him to put it away, and he had a very disrespectful response.
Oh, I'm sorry he spoke to you like that. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Okay, great, thank you. But yeah, regularly he's a great student. I just wanted to address this because it's normally not like him. So I just wanted to check in and let you know.
Listen, I appreciate the call. I'm definitely gonna talk to him. But if he does act up in class again or anything, just let me know. You can email me, call me, whatever it is. But I'll definitely talk to him tonight.
All right, thank you so much. It was great speaking to you, and we'll keep in touch.
All right, thanks.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi, is this the parent of Gabriel Elisawi?
Oh, Gabriel, yes, that's my boy, my habibi. How are you?
Right. Good. I'm his chemistry teacher. I'm a student teacher. My name is Miss Saleh, and I wanted to discuss his performance in class. Typically, he really keeps to himself. He doesn't talk much, but he does get his work done, and he gets excellent grades.
Oh, that's my habibi.
Yeah.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah. However, today he surprised me, and he actually joined the class discussion and gave some really meaningful points and was engaged and active in participating.
Oh, wow, really? That's awesome. I love to hear that my son is participating in class. I'll have to reward him. Maybe
Yeah.
Xbox.
Oh, that's great. Excellent. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a heads up. It was just an amazing experience, and it was so nice to finally hear his voice in class.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you calling. That is so nice of you. We appreciate you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Elisawi. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So that's an example of how I should contact parents, which is an area that I need to improve on. Another way to make sure that I actually follow through and do this is by using this Google form. I'll show you an example. This is what the Google form looks like. Basically, just to summarize what it does, you fill it out and you give the reason why you want to call a parent, you say the student's name, all of that. That way it's logged into a database, and then at the end of every 2 weeks, I can go back to my Google form responses and keep track of who I need to call. So the final step, which is another step that I didn't do so well on, is to connect the content back to a big idea or a big picture in order to make it relevant for my students. So here is an example of the correct way to do that. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So today we're going to continue balancing chemical reactions.
I don't want to do this. It's so boring.
Why is this even important?
Oh.
All right, so I hear you guys saying, why is this important, right? But balancing chemical reactions is so important. That's what our Silent Six is about. So you guys have heard about the crisis in Flint, Michigan, right?
Yeah.
They have unsafe water to drink. So this reaction right here is actually what happens between the lead pipes and the water. And this PbOH2 that's released is what's toxic in the water and makes it unsafe to drink. And I'm gonna have you guys balance this reaction. And why balancing it is so important is if scientists weren't able to balance this, then we wouldn't be able to figure out exactly how much lead is in the water. So we use something called stoichiometry, which happens with balancing equations to figure out exactly how much is in the water to see if it's safe or not.
Oh wow, this is really
Wow.
See, now you understand why it's important, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Balancing equations is so important.
So making things relevant and connecting it back to a big idea is so important, especially in a chemistry classroom, because it gives the content purpose. When that is established, students are more engaged and it results in higher level thinking, and students are excited to come to class. So overall, these are all the steps of my scientific experiment that I conducted, and it resulted in a prepared urban educator. Thank you.